The fraud of Christianity. Christianity is the greatest God-worshipping society in the whole world. It is the worship of a named Jesus, a book, created by the Roman emperor, and an imaginary mythical God that Christianity thinks tortures the innocent and the ignorant in an everlasting fire after death, beyond the grave. However, there is some truth in that book the emperor created. The truth that is in it is true science, it is not tradition and myth. Christianity's great power is just tradition, it must be accepted without question or proof. And it is the preying on people's emotions. The innocent, ignorant, and dishonest is the easy prey. How many gods are there in total in the whole world? There are just as many as the human can imagine. Gods are not fathers or creators. Gods are just imagination in the mind of the religious, the ignorant, and dishonest. For true belief one must understand, to accepting others' opinion without proving it to ourselves is being deceived, it not believing. It takes understanding to believe. And it is impossible to understand myth, there is nothing to understand other than it is myth. We must understand that words are only a vehicle to carry a concept or a thought. The word itself has no significance if it has not successfully carried the concept to its destination with understanding. It could have been a grunt or a squeal. If it carried the concept, it was successful. A very great example of this is a covey or family of quail that I was watching from the window. The little chicks were roaming and eating bits of food. Then, their mother made a strange sound and all the chicks run and hide immediately. That concept was carried successfully. Then, we must realize that word meanings are constantly changing and expanding. Then, some words in certain circumstances can become meaningless. A great sample of this is the speed limit signs in Las Vegas, Nevada on one of the main freeways. Where it is posted 65, most drive at 75, and many drive 85, the speed sign has become to mean the suggested speed, not the limit. The police have turned a blind eye to this. Now, here comes the real truth concerning this matter. More people die from prescription drugs in that city than die from the overspeed on that freeway. There is a strange characteristic about the human. Bad becomes good when worse comes along. It seems that everything is in comparison to something else. There is a great deep and wide chasm between a law and truth. Truth is truth by truth's own existence. And a law is just the rule of a dominion. This is a good example of law compared to the truth. California put in laws that prohibited the cleaning of dead vegetation from the forest. They said that dead vegetation is needed for the wildlife. However, that law and vegetation just provided a hell for the wildlife and for the human residents and their homes. That dead vegetation caught fire and leveled thousands of acres, including hundreds of houses. Dominion must be abolished for peace and prosperity for humanity. Dominion must be replaced by truth. Now, let's take a view of Christianity. All ancient history is dependent on the writer's opinion of what they find that they think is factual. Ancient history is dependent on the writer's research of what others that claim to remember what they were told by someone else. And this goes down the line of people depending on someone else's memory of the happening for multiple transfer of memory. None of the writers were eyewitnesses of the event. It was just he said she said, he said she said, in chain reaction through many decades. The reason that Christianity has made such a success worldwide is that it was created and promoted by Rome, one of the most powerful nations in the world. Rome also created a book called the Bible that was to be reverenced and worshipped as the very words of Christianity's gods. They well do reverence and worship that book. They lay their hand on it and swear by it as though it has some mythical power, and the book itself tells them to not swear by anything. Christianity does not believe that book. They only reverence and worship it as a god. The book tells them to not resist evil, and Christianity fights viciously against anything they think is evil, whether it is evil or not. And they fight viciously for what they think is their rights. The book tells them to love their enemies, and do violence to no one. Christianity goes to other nation and kills their brothers and sisters of their own denominations. Do realize Christianity has converts in most all the nation of the world. In that book that Christianity reverences and worships, it says to call no man on earth father. So Christianity calls our true and real Father a stupid mythical God, and calls their male parent and the ministers of their idol-worshipping society, Father. Now, could you truly view that as believing that book? Now, do realize that no male parent creates a child. It is the process of perpetual generating that was created in all life by our Father the great Creator from the beginning. There are many mythical gods, and gods are not fathers or creators. In fact, gods do not actually exist, they are just in the imagination of the mind. Christianity is very similar to the New World Order. Both are designed for the whole world. Few citizens of this nation realize that it is DC, those in the White House for the past decades, that has been the creators and promoters of the New World Order. It was none other than the president of this nation that spoke those famous words, "This is the beginning of the New World Order." This nation has policed the whole world, with troops stationed in many of the nations for many decades. The New World Order is designed to simulate the United States, the United World. One could view this nation as that two-horned beast that it speaks of in that book that Christianity reverences and worships. The two parties that rule as the two horns, and the sanctions, representing no one can buy or sell without honoring the New World Order. That is very fitting to the reality of today. The New World Order is not a creation of some other nation of the world. We are back to Christianity again. The reason Father is used in this article, in English, Father has the meaning of Creator. It is true science that has proven the existence of our Father the great Creator. It is not Christianity that has proven the existence of our Father the great Creator. Christianity is not based on facts and truth. Christianity is myth and tradition, and the worshipping of the mythical gods. The reason true science is used here, is because there are religions that are called science. One of them views creation and life progressed from nothing, and that creation was not intelligently designed and engineered. And some even think the human evolved from the monkey or fish. Be honest and just look into the mirror, there you will see a creature that was created by our Father the great Creator. It is not a monkey that has lost its hair. It is certainly not a fish that lost its fins and grew legs. The view of creation starting from nothing, and progressing by evolution is religion. It is no difference than the religion that claims there is a hell and there is a heaven after death beyond the grave. There is no logic or reasonable facts or proof concerning either of them. Father the great Creator is not a personage somewhere in space. Our Father the great Creator is as the air we breathe. The spiritual realm of our Father the great Creator is the highest physics of all the universes. Without that highest physics, none of the other lower physics would exist or perform. Our Father's realm is spirit, which is similar to electricity. However, there is a great difference in the fact that our Father's spiritual realm has extreme intelligence. It is not just an energy force as electricity is. For the best understanding is to use electricity to view and understand the spiritual realm, as it is invisible to the eye but very powerful. Electricity is very complex in its ability. Electricity is essential for life itself. There could be no life without electricity. Without electricity the brain would not function. With the combination of the many chemicals and electronics the human body is very complex, with thousands of different functions. That could not be accomplished without electronics. Then, without the spiritual realm of our Father the great Creator our bodies would not function. It all is within the function of that highest physics of all the universes. Since our Father the great Creator had no beginning and will have no end, our Father needs not be in any hurry with Father's creation. Our Father took many thousands of years to prepare this earth for us humans. It truly was an intelligent evolution. It was a controlled evolution. It was not like a runaway horse. Father did not do this haphazardly. Father took the time to do it properly. Then, why shouldn't Father take so much time? It is because Father has plenty of it. It is only the human that gets in a hurry. Few even take time to live. They are too busy and set on making money, so they can lord over their brothers and sisters. I do realize that it is much more difficult to understand our Father for those who have not experienced spiritual miracles, such as foretelling the future, miracle of healing and gold just pours into a hollow tooth from nowhere. I have witnessed the foregoing. I did not just read about this in a book. However, even all these special gifted children are all from the spiritual realm of our Father the great Creator. Those children are not normal. They have been given a special gift. It is no different than the gift to see into the future or miraculous healing. The brain does not create knowledge and understanding. The brain is only capable of receiving the knowledge and understanding. It is all from our Father's spiritual realm. Now, consider how Father positioned the sun and the earth at the proper distance for life to exist on this earth. Then, our Father rotates the earth very precise so the whole of the earth can have life and energy from the sun, then, tilts it to make the seasons. Seasons are very necessary. It is only a very ignorant and dishonest spirit that could think that all of this just happens from nothing, without very intelligent design and engineering. And it is with power and energy that is beyond our understanding. The cell phone, the toy you so much enjoy, did not just happen and evolve from nothing. For its existence it took great intelligence and engineering. There are few that have that ability. And more important, the knowledge and understanding to create that toy you so much enjoy, the intelligence and ability all came from our Father the great Creator's spiritual realm. For the comfort and hope for mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth and all her little children. This is just an allegory. You are not bastards or orphans, and you have a Father whether you believe it or not. Just words to the honest and wise. Honesty and understanding is the only true belief. Without honesty and understanding we do not know what to believe. To accept others' opinion of the truth without proving it to yourself, it is being deceived, it is not believing. Until next time, sweet dreams. Truth will solve all our problems before we create them, and ignore or reject the truth, problems will multiply all by themselves. Have a great and a meaningful life if it is at all possible. Just whispers of the ghost of reality.